everyone. This is Joe LaRosa here with the Joe LaRosa podcast. So, today I want to talk to you a little bit about creating a connection beyond words. So, for an example, think about if you ever watched any of these reality shows like American Idol or The Voice, and you'll see two singers that could be on the show singing maybe even the same exact song, but yet one connects better to the audience than the others. Or what about maybe when you were back in school, and whether it was high school and you had a teacher that was coming in teaching a particular subject matter, and another teacher that you ended up getting on later on teaching the exact same subject, but yet you found that you had a greater connection to one over the other. Or what about maybe in any job that you may have had where you've looked at a manager that may have come in and been working in the same exact environment as the previous manager, but that manager has a better connection now with everybody who he's working with. Or let's talk about real estate. What if you see two realtors working in the same exact community, yet one is able to grow their business more than the other just because of the simple fact that they're able to create connections, develop rapport, gain the trust of folks within the community. See, when people try to communicate with others, they typically believe that the message is really all that matters. They feel like if they got all of their facts in a row and they have all of the information, that if they could just give it to this person, they're going to be able to gain a connection. They're going to be able to develop rapport, gain their trust. But here's the deal. What we don't realize is that what we say really only accounts for like 7% of what is believed. I mean, think about that. What we say only accounts for 7% of what is believed. So that means 90% of the impression that we were going to often convey has nothing to do with what we say. It has nothing to do with the facts that you've gathered, with the information that you maybe have worked so hard to put together to present. It has nothing to do. 38% of what is believed is going to come from the way that we say it, our delivery, how we present it. The other 55%, that's going to come from what they see. That's going to come from your body language. And we're going to go into more depth here over the next few episodes, again, like I said, going into talking about the power of communication, and we'll talk about how your body language can really make a difference when you're in front of somebody. And I'll give you an example. So when I first started to present to my own realtors, and I would conduct these workshops and I would teach these individual classes, I was so focused on just making sure that I gathered all the information that I really wanted to convey. And I felt like if I had all of these great, points, and I can, leave, everybody with these, statistics, and they can understand this is a strategy, that if they can just take this strategy and they can actually apply it to their own business, it's going to help them now grow their business literally overnight. And I was so focused on just gathering all the right information. And then I would go out there and I would present, or I would speak, or whether it was during normal business hours or on the weekend, or even on my webinars. I was so focused on, all right, am I saying the right things? Am I literally saying it line by line? Am I making sure I have all of the data, in the right order, and are they understanding that this is what they got to do? They got to go out there and do this on this day, and then they got to follow up and do this. And what I realized was that, yeah, I had a few folks that were getting it, but something was not right. I just felt like, so I'm missing something. And then all of a sudden, I just stopped worrying about the actual message itself. I just wanted to be able to just be able to deliver it in a way where I felt like they were going to connect with me. So it took me a while, just like, we've always said. I take this from Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outliers, 10,000 hours. It usually takes you about 10,000 hours to really feel like you're really comfortable with something, whether it's you want to call it that you've mastered it or that you've become an expert at it. And by all means, I've definitely haven't mastered the art of public speaking or feel like I've been able to get to the level that I really should be at. However, I have progressed, and what really changed it was I really started to focus on the way I was saying it, having fun, smiling, getting the people's energy up, looking around the room and really seeing if I can create a connection. If I felt like somebody's body language wasn't really the way I wanted it to be, it's the common stuff, right? You can see if they're distracted, if they're not interested, if just by the way their head is tilted and the way their eyes are and what they're either doodling or if they're taking notes or eye contact and so on. So I really started to focus on my delivery, how I was saying it, and then of course body language, right? So in the very beginning, I was so nervous. I'd get behind a podium and I'd kind of hide behind the podium. I'd literally grip onto it like with a death grip, and I would have my book and I would flip through each page and I would literally read from each page. In fact, not too long ago, I did a town hall session for our company, and I was, writing up a speech, and I kind of, really wanted to make sure I kind of stayed on topic, and because I, from time to time, have been known to be able to go off on a rant. So I really wanted to be able to read it line by line and make sure that the message was there. You know what? I went against from the things that I've taught myself over these years. And that was probably one of the most uncomfortable speeches that I've done in some time. Why? Because I was hiding behind a podium. My body language was off. I was so focused on reading line by line all of the information that I wanted to convey, and I probably didn't create the connection that I know I really can create with folks. So your body language, right? Don't stand behind the podium. Don't hold on with a death grip. Okay, people are going to see if you're nervous. They're going to see if your head is down, if you don't have the ability to make eye contact. And again, like we said, 55% of how you convey your message is going to come from your body language. Again, 38% will come from the way you say it, and only 7% is going to come from the message itself. So we're going to dive in deeper here over these next few episodes, and we'll go into the power of communication and how to create a connection, how to build rapport. And with this is also going to empower you to be able to overcome objections. It's going to give you, obviously, the power or the sense of walking around knowing that you're in control and that you're able to deliver the right message. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week's podcast. If you want to hear more, by all means, follow us at joelarosa.com. On that website, you can see all of our upcoming events and workshops. And as well as you can follow us on Instagram at Joe A. La Rosa. In the meantime, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you guys here real soon.